Hey, good morning, KWM. Just wanted to give a quick update here, real quick. I appreciate the opportunity to post on the financial channel at KWM. I love the KWM ministry. Rock solid teaching by Dr. Garcia. Also, last week we heard from Noel. Great teaching. I can't be there every week right now, as I do need to focus on my ministry, Sin No More Ministries, and my business. David Ghai Enterprises. Our top project there is our trading education service. But we do other things. We help business owners and individuals save up to 50% a month on their healthcare costs. If you look at what's going on with the proposed cuts in the new budget that Trump has out, a lot of healthcare subsidies are going away. So, health insurance is extremely expensive for people and unaffordable right now. Well, it's going to get worse in a couple of months. So, part of my background is from 2019 to 2022, right before I went to Mexico, I worked 3 years in the Healthshare industry with Solidarity Healthshare. That's a Catholic version. I'm not Catholic, but that's where I worked. But anyways, Healthshare Ministries have been around for about 50 years, and it's a way for somebody who's relatively healthy to save up to 50% a month on their healthcare costs. So it's good for individuals, families. It's also good for businesses to help them reduce their costs and save money. So we're launching that service. We're launching the trading service, and then we also are going to sell advertising. We have a local community newspaper I'm working with, and possibly My Vegas magazine. Met them through Robin Joyce last week or a couple weeks back at the luncheon for CBN over at the Ahern. And so, we're doing those three things, top priority right now. But as it relates to trading, first of all, I do have a background in finance. So, I worked at Smith Barney and Prudential Securities from 1996 up until 2001, also WMA Securities. And so I got my feet wet in the business. I had all the licenses, Series 7, which allows one to sell all financial products. Um, I had the 65, which is a state license. I had the 63, which is, or actually the 63 is a state license, 65 is registered investment advisor, and then I had the Series 24, which is a supervisory license. So I had all those licenses, but honestly, did that give me the ability to analyze the market from a top-down approach and look for specific setups? Absolutely not. It just gave me a license to sell a product. That's all a financial license is. That's all a securities license is. And so, if you have licenses, that's a great thing. But if you want to take your education to a new level, I can help with that. And you can set yourself apart from the people, providing investment advice. Because if we listen to what Wall Street teaches, they teach us to use asset allocation and diversification, and we'll be all good, as long as we have the right time frame on our portfolio. The truth is, if you have $1 million in a portfolio and the market crashes 57%, like it did from October of 2007 to the low in March of '09, where it went from 1557 on the S&P 500 index down to 666 in March of '09. If your portfolio was 100% correlated to the S&P 500, you would have lost 57% of your money. So $1 million, as an example, would have gone down to 430,000. I don't think anyone listening to this would think that's a good thing. So the fact that it comes back eventually, that's true. But why would you want to do that? If you could hedge yourself on your long-term portfolio and protect yourself and buy puts as an example on your portfolio. So if the market does crack 50%, you make money on that side of things while your portfolio goes down. Isn't that better? Wouldn't you rather be out at 800,000 as an example? And when it gets back to break even for most people, if they're still in the market, most of them aren't because they give up. But some stick it out and they will get back to break even. But wouldn't you rather be the one who's at 1.6 million instead of getting back to break even or having sold out at 430,000 or 500,000 or 600,000? I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. So those are the things we're doing for long-term investors. Now, I spent 26,000 on my investor education through Invest Tools. That was a company owned by Tastytrade by TD Ameritrade, and I did that between the years of 2010 and 2012. That's where I met Tom Sosnoff, founder of Thinkorswim and Tastytrade, who sold those companies for $2 billion. I'll be meeting him in a few weeks in Chicago, discussing some different projects. And he's launching another opportunity right now. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter or the information, the first 100,000 people will get an opportunity possibly to participate in that offering. And the man has a track record, so it might make sense to sign up for that so you get online for the information. So but the purpose of this video today is to let you know I do have a solid background in finance. I want to retract one thing. I said that Tastytrade is the best platform. It is rated as the #1 platform for trading options. I think if you're a day trader, getting in and out, it's a great platform, the best out there. But if you're a swing trader like myself, I don't think it's the best. I think it's actually, right now, it doesn't have all the functionality I would like. The first platform Tom Sosnoff built was Thinkorswim, sold in 2009 to TD Ameritrade. I like that better because I can place the types of orders I can place is more advanced. And I don't like, honestly, I'm not looking at the market minute to minute. I'm looking at it on a daily basis, the end of each day, and then making decisions based on that. And then I can use alerts on my setups, or my trades, I should say, so that intraday, if I need to make an adjustment and get out or take my profits, I can do it. But I'm not going to stick glued to the computer. I have better things to do. I'd rather be studying the Bible, selling my other products and services, building my team, and preaching the word. Honestly, that's what I prefer to do, or do outreach. So I'm going to make that retraction. If you're a swing trader, or if you're not a day trader and you like to hold positions overnight, I would suggest you look at a different platform. The one I'm familiar with is Thinkorswim, so that's where I'm going to do a lot of teaching out of. The other benefit of Thinkorswim is, Thinkorswim by Charles Schwab, is that you can paper trade, so you can practice, and that's a good thing too. So I didn't like it. A lot of people don't, because it takes time to manage those trades. But if you don't have money, it's a good way to practice. Or if you have limited capital, it's a good way to practice orders and make sure you're doing everything right, and getting some confidence. So I do say that if you're a day trader, use Tastytrade, use my referral link, and it's a great platform. I did speak to some people in Tom's office today, and they said that they're actually adding the functionality that I described, where you can get in based on, let's say I want to buy an option contract, but I only want to buy it if the stock price gets to a certain price. That's the type of order I want to use for my type of trading. They're building that out in Tastytrade, but it's not there today. So for that reason, I'm not going to do my swing trading setups in Tastytrade. I'm going to do them in Thinkorswim. Now, there's other platforms where you might be able to do the same thing, so you don't need to change your brokerage account. It's just about having the right setups, having the right trading plans, using profit management, developing expectancy, having a trade journal like Julius teaches, reviewing your trades, seeing what went right, what went wrong, and then following those disciplines. If you trade on emotion, you're going to lose. You're going to lose every time. So in any event, that's a little bit there. But so for this channel, this is not my ministry, and it's not my channel, KWM. So I'm going to post something, but not a lot. I'm going to post a daily report, market insights, which I've been posting. Trade setups won't be posted there. I've posted 3 or 4 trade setups. They've all been winners, if not 100% or more, then close to 100%. But the key is when a trade is placed, then we have to manage it on a daily basis. We have to move up our stops. We have to, take profits. If we don't take our profits, they typically will disappear. You can trust me, because I've been there, I've done that. I made that mistake, and a lot of us have. So we'll be posting the report at the end of each day, just outlining what happened in the market, and giving us some things to look for. But actual trade setups aren't going to be posted there. Videos are being posted on my YouTube channel. You're going to see a lot more of those, at least 1, 2, 3, 4 videos every single day. And so if you want those trade setups, you would have to go there to get those. But I'm not going to give all the trade setups on there. That's only going to come to people who subscribe to my service through our website, which is under development. And I paid 26,000. You don't have to pay 26,000. It's going to be highly discounted for the first 25 members. It's going to be so ridiculous in terms of what it's going to cost to get that you're going to want to take advantage of it because you'll probably make it back in the first week or a couple weeks or first month or 2 months, depending on your account size. Um, and that's not going to last forever because, we get what we pay for, and I offer a great service, but I'm going to do that as I'm launching the business. Um, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to hold a webinar in the very near future here. I'll probably post the details on that, so anyone at KWM wants to participate, you'll have to sign up for the webinar, and you'll get some more information. I'll be happy to answer questions, but then you'll get the big picture of what it is we're doing with Kingdom-Minded Trading. And then that's really it for this message. I appreciate the opportunity to post here. I appreciate all leadership at KWM. I appreciate Julius, very successful. And he's got a good trader there. He's been mentoring Jeremy, who's doing very well. So, like I tell people, success leaves clues. But what do you have to do before deciding on which broker to use? You have to decide what your trading style is and what your time frame is. And so Tastytrade is great if you're doing day trades. It's the best out there. But if you're looking for something where you can hold your positions overnight, you can still do it in Tastytrade, but I like to have conditional orders in place because what I found is that when you don't do that and the trade goes against you, you let it run longer than what you should because you didn't have that disciplined trade in there where it automatically got you out. So, that's just me. You might be more disciplined than me. And you use Tastytrade to do it any way you want. It still works. It's a good platform, and you can do swing trading, long-term investing in there as well. But you're going to be relying more on alerts than you are on order types to get you out. So in any event, that's what's coming. So I appreciate this is a long video, I know. I won't be posting any long videos on here again. Anyone has any interest or wants to learn more, feel free to send me an email, david@davidghai.com, or you can text me at 725-305-1622. Thank you and God bless.